or the Weekend Warriors. Oh, size limit reached. New video started. I figured that was coming along. Yeah. About 35 minutes and 30 seconds, roughly. That's what, yeah, that's what starts another one. I don't know why it does that. It's got a 128 gigabyte SD card in it. Oh well. uh, where was I? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Weekend Warriors. Yeah, those are the people that come out hiking for the weekend. And then, or section hikers. Section hikers are cool too because they usually have leftover food and shit. Weekend warriors usually have leftover food and shit. And if you're in the right spot at the right time, you can get some pretty good meals, like mountain houses. Yeah, yeah. Those are the Cadillacs. There's other ones too, but Mountain House are pretty good. And then you got the Boy Scouts. Now the Boy Scouts, they usually have leftover food too. So if you can find a Boy Scout troop out hiking on their last day, or they wake up in the morning and go, "Do you want this food? We're leaving. We're getting off the trail today, and we don't need it." And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to refuse food, So those are my favorite people on the trail: Weekend Warriors, Boy Scouts, and section hikers. Yep. Then you got the occasional asshole. I ran into one of them. Yeah. He was like, we were at this shelter. I want to say Maryland. Right across the border from Pennsylvania. And he seemed like a decent dude. I hiked with him for about a week or two, and we get to this one place, and there's Boy Scouts, and we didn't pay them no attention. They weren't in the shelter. They had their own tent set up and shit, and they, their own fire pit made and shit, whatever. And so this guy usually sleeps late, so I don't sleep late. I get up and build a fire, make some coffee, eat breakfast, and then wait for him to wake up and do his shit, and then if I don't feel like waiting, I just leave him a note saying, "Hey, look, I'll catch up to me later. I'm going hiking." I don't feel like sitting around till like fucking 11 o'clock. And well, he didn't wake up that morning, and the Boy Scouts apparently they were done. They were leaving the trail. They'd done their weekend or whatever, and they were like, "We got a bunch of leftover food. Do you want it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And that guy was a total dickhead. He says, "You stole that." He was all upset because the Boy Scouts gave me their fucking leftover shit. I said, "Well, if you'd have been awake, you might have got something too." And I said, "To be honest with you, I was going to share some of this shit with you. But since how you're copping a fucking attitude, you can pound sand up your ass." I said, "Yeah, we're done hiking together. If I see you on this fucking trail again, you better fucking just keep going. You ain't gonna stop. You ain't hanging out with me no more. Because you're a dickhead." And so I packed my shit up and I fucking started hiking. And I did fucking like 20 miles that day. I wanted to get ahead of him and stay ahead of him. or at least try to anyway. And you know, I think I saw him like one more time, and yeah, he didn't even stop. He just kept going. Like, good, keep going. And the next morning, I woke up and did my stuff, morning ritual, and I got up, packed the tent up, packed my backpack up, and started hiking about a mile and a half up the trail. There was his tent pitched. I just walked right on by it. So, fuck you. You're still an asshole. you know? Uh, I met a lot of good people on the trail, though. But then again, you run into the occasional asshole. And I don't. If you're gonna be an asshole, you got no business being on the fucking trail. There's no need to be an asshole on the trail. Everybody's out there to fucking have an experience, to have fun, see shit they ain't never seen before, meet people that they don't fucking would never meet anywhere else. I met people from all over the fucking world on that trail. New Zealand, Australia, Germany, England. If I remember right, I ran into a Frenchman one time. And then there was an Italian dude. He had some ouzo. That was some good shit. But yeah, I mean, you meet all kinds of people on the trail. And then there's the occasional asshole. And them motherfuckers don't need to be on the trail. They can just fucking stay home and give their neighbors a fucking hard time. But yeah, I wish I could go back to hiking. I would. I go back. I'd go hiking today or tomorrow. Too late to go hiking now. But I just can't do it. I can't carry the weight on my back. So that's why I don't even bother trying to work. If I got a fucking job lifting shit, that would be the end of me. I wouldn't be able to do it. It'd fuck up my back more, and I'd be in worse shape than I am now. I mean, the day that, a couple of days there that we cut up that tree down yonder, and yeah, split it and plugged it and toted it and shit. My back hurt for fucking days after that. But it didn't stay that bad for very long. I mean, it just, yeah. If I'd split it, we split it. That's what made it easier. Walnut split into smaller chunks is not a bad deal. So I picked it up and put it in the big old trailer. That's not a bad trailer, actually. Hooks on the back of the lawnmower. I should put a lot of wood in that and haul it. Of course, it's like, don't put too much in it, you'll wreck the tractor. Bullshit. It's not like it's going to create drag. It's on level ground, for the most part. So I don't see how it's going to hurt it. If I was trying to fucking, drag that shit uphill, on a fucking uphill grade, it might fucking kill the fucking transmission, something. But no. Man. Oh yeah. Oh, that's how I learned to make giant muffins on the trail. Yeah. You gotta have two pots that fit inside each other, One big one smaller one. What you do is you take like 3-4 stones not too big ones, but just enough to get the small pot off the bottom of the bigger one by about that much maybe. And then you grease your small pot, and you get one of those mixes that make 6 muffins: the blueberry muffins, strawberry muffins, raspberry muffins, banana muffins, whatever, and you mix the whole damn thing up into that small pot, and you set it inside the bigger pot, put the cover on it. Then you take the cover to the big pot, put the cover on that pot, and you cook it. Next thing you know, you got a fucking muffin that's like fucking huge. And it's like, damn, And I love learning shit like that, And I actually, where was it? Shit. Waynesboro is where the Blue Ridge Parkway turns into Skyline Drive. I was shelter below where it turns into Blue Ridge Parkway. And I just come out of Waynesboro. And I had like 3 muffin mixes and a whole bunch of different shit. So I stopped at the shelter and I was fucking cooking me a big old muffin. And the Boy Scouts showed up. They were like, "What you cooking? What you cooking?" I said, "Just hang out for a minute and I'll show you what I'm cooking." Because usually it'd blow the fucking top off. When it was almost done, it would blow the top off the big pot. And I'm cooking a muffin. Cooking a muffin? Really? Yeah, I'm cooking a muffin. Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm cooking a muffin. And I said, "Wait a minute." And muffin finally popped up enough to push the cover off the top. Sorry, I moved it. I said, "Muffin, see?" They're like, "Muffin." I was like, cool as shit for them. He's making a muffin out in the woods. So, yeah. Of course, the guy from New Zealand was a trail guide or tour guide or whatever you want to call it. He took people out in the wilderness to the fords and shit, and they did whatever, kayak or I don't know what they fucking did, but that's what he did. Now he was the one that showed me how to, he literally made a cake, in one. It's like, he said, "You can do the same thing with muffins." He says, "Your 2 pots would work great for that." I said, "Okay, cool. Thanks for telling me." He said, "You put some stones in the bottom of it and put the 2 pots together and away you go." So I did that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed, the fascination in people's eyes when they, found out I was cooking a blueberry fucking muffin on the. Yeah. I didn't have an oven, but I'm cooking me a blueberry muffin. Yeah. But the trail has some magic to it, and there is trail magic too. Yeah, how many? Yeah, people always do. Not always, but some you can, find trail magic almost every weekend. Somewhere along the trail. Damn, I heard that again. And it's not my damn dogs. That's strange. That's weird. Where'd my extras go? Eh? Where's Max at? Oh, the Maxer hid himself under the blankets. Okay. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to disturb you. Yeah, alright. I wonder where fucking Max went. He buried himself under the blankets. He must be getting cold. Poor little fella. I wonder if they want a little snack. You guys want a snack? Just hold on. I'll give you a snack. Alright? I'll give you a snack. Hold on. What is it? Alright. A rat turd in there, eh? Yeah, you let the fucking dog eat your food, huh, Max? Okay. Alright. This snack is good. Alright. There's your food, Roxy. Have your midnight snack. Or 2 o'clock snack, or what are you gonna call it? I know you probably don't eat it right now, but it'll be there. And you can eat it in the morning if you want. I mean, I don't have to remember to do it. Which is cool. Alright, there's that. Okay. There we are. Oh, fuck, that sucks. Not stomach isn't as bad as it was earlier, but still acting up. Anyway, where was I? I forgot. Muffins? We already went over the muffin shit. Yeah. Yeah. I learned a lot of things on the trail, like how to fucking make things work when they break. Some guy had a little one-man tent. It was just, yeah. It was a one-man tent. It was literally one-man tent, and the pole broke on one end of it. It was like little hoop things. A smaller one where your feet went, and a bigger one where you put your head in the pillow and shit. So it was big enough for your backpack too. I mean, but it weren't no party tent. And he was gonna throw it away because the big pole broke. I said, "Don't throw that away. I'll take it." He said, "It's no good. The pole broke." I said, "Well, there's other ways to make that work, He says, "How?" I said, "If you don't know, I ain't telling you. You'll see tomorrow when you get up and I'm sleeping in the damn thing." Green branch, certain length, trim it down so there's no like other branches coming off it, so it's nice and smooth, or as smooth as it gonna get, so it don't catch on the slot that the pole is supposed to go through, and then you feed the stick through that, and you ram one end in the ground, and you ram the other end in the ground, and I used to take some parachute cord and tie it, and then pull it like this and stake it so it wouldn't, kind of like wanted to stay in the ground or had a little help there. But he's like damn. He says, I wish I'd have thought of that. I'd have kept it. Less weight, I just cut me a new tent pole every night. I said, exactly the plan right there. You know, I don't have to carry that fucking pole with me. I can make one every night. You know, ain't that hard. You know? And it was a hell of a lot lighter than the tent that I had. And the tent that I had needed to be replaced anyway. Old. I'd hiked with it for 2 seasons, so it was time to retire it. I just hadn't had the opportunity to get a new one. So his was fairly new. I mean, there was no rips in it. It didn't leak, nothing like that. He just fucking broke the pole. I don't know how he managed to do that, but he did. So, yeah. That's why they wanted to call me MacGyver on the trail that year. Like, no, you're not fucking going to call me MacGyver. There's 5 fucking MacGyvers already on the fucking trail, and none of them can spell it right. You're not going to do that to me. So that's how I got Artemis Gordon as a trail name. I've had many, many trail names. Seems like every time I turn around, someone's trying to give me a new one. Like, no, fuck you. I already got one. I don't need another one. Except for, you know, but my first trail name was the, Trail Snail. You know, because I was slow as fuck. Well, you would be too if you weighed 300 and fucking almost 50 pounds. Trying to fucking hike up the fucking mountains. Yeah. I was determined. You know, and I'm glad I did. If I hadn't gotten on the trail and hiked and lost all that fucking weight, I'd have been dead fucking 5 years ago, probably sooner than that. So yeah, hiking did me some good. Other than fucking blowing my back out, which wasn't all from hiking. I was in a fucking rollover before when I was 21, 22, somewhere in there. And yeah, got a vertebrae out in my neck to this day. Dumbass me said, I don't need to go to the doctors. I don't need to go to the hospital. I should have said, yeah, I want to go to the fucking hospital. But, you know, I'm pretty sure my buddy didn't have any insurance on his fucking car, so it wouldn't have done me no fucking good. I wouldn't have been able to sue him or collect any insurance money, so I didn't see any fucking point, but I wish I had. Hindsight with 2020, I should have gone to the fucking hospital. I can still feel it to this day out in my neck. Still, that little bump of the vertebrae. Doctor would probably say, oh, you know, fucking, you could have killed yourself. Like, well, yeah, I probably could still today, too. I don't know. I've never had it looked at. I mean, I never told any doctors about it neither. It's like, yeah, no, I don't need nobody fucking around my back or my neck. No. But I think that was part of it. Was the rollover. It fucked up more on my back than my neck. Of course, the neck probably, you know, didn't help much. You know, putting the backpack, putting weight on the spine, and somehow affected the neck. I don't know, but yeah, my back was fucked up more than what I thought it was, and I just said, okay, I'm done hiking, and I've been here ever since. I don't regret it. The winters here are nothing compared to Vermont, so, or New England for that matter. I'm happy to be here. I don't like the cold no more. I don't like the snow no more either. Fuck the snow. It's pretty for like 3 days, and then it can go away. I think, shit, we didn't get, this year we didn't get snow that lasted more than like 2 days. 2 days, 3 days. I mean, I remember one year we did get some that lasted almost a week. It was about 6, 7 inches of snow, so that was pretty interesting. And it stayed cold enough so it didn't melt. Usually it snows here and the next day it's like warm enough and snow melts. It's like, what the fuck? You know. What are you whining? What are you whining about? Hmm? What are you whining about? Are you the culprit? Are you the culprit? Are you the culprit? Ross, you got look at look. Oh, see, yeah, that's the yeah. I think that's the one that's whining. I don't know why. I don't. That don't make sense. Max is under the Max buried himself again under the blanket, so he ain't whining. So I don't know. I have no idea. I have, oh, let's see, an hour's worth of, so that's already split almost probably twice. Working on 3 times. So I've got 3 videos. I ain't stopped talking yet. That's okay. You know, I can upload them in segments, a couple a day, one in the morning, one at night, you know, until they're done. I still can't sleep. There's no way in hell I'm going to be able to sleep. So here I am. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we can talk about Florida. The Florida man. No, not really. Florida. I spent one winter, winter of 2007, I think it was, or 2008, 2007, 2008, probably 2008. Yeah. No, it was 2007. I'm pretty sure. I can't. One or the other. Doesn't matter though. But we were down there for the winter. Me and my ex-girlfriend. The one that now lives in Tennessee. Where I left her. Yeah, I found a job pulling cable behind a skidder, and that was hard work for me. I weighed like 350 pounds, pulling cable behind a skidder. I was working my ass off, but I was losing weight. Not like I did on the trail, but I was losing weight. And the guy that I was pulling cable for, he had cancer at one point, and they did all kinds of. He's one of them, smart as far as surviving and shit. But I mean, he was dyslexic and shit. He couldn't. He knew his traffic signs just by their shapes and designs and shit. He couldn't, he couldn't read because it was all fucking backwards to him. But he'd had cancer, and yeah, I guess they did all kinds of experimental shit on him. So we was out in the woods one day, and he comes flying up on the fucking skidder and says, "Get on!" And he turned that sucker around and fucking, I've never seen a skidder go that fast. But we stopped at his truck. He hopped off. He said, "Get in." He says, "I gotta go to the hospital." He says, "My fucking blood is orange." I said, "Blood is orange?" "Yeah, blood's orange. I gotta go to the doctor's." Okay. So he drops me up at the motel that, I was staying at with my girlfriend. Soon that day to be ex-girlfriend, because I come home early and I caught her, yeah, caught her, yeah, mm-hmm, yeah, with her pants down, yeah. And I just grabbed my shit and started walking up the road to my friend's house, the one I was working with. And I just, fuck that shit. I ain't gonna deal with that shit. And so I lived up there, up the road a bit. It was probably about 5 miles away. And she had her new boyfriend there, yeah, was a dick. Come to find out, he was violent. He beat her, you know. Gave her a couple black eyes and shit. And talked her into, she registered the Jeep for in Tennessee instead of Vermont, because it was registered in Vermont, and got 2 titles out of the deal. So yeah, her new boyfriend and friends talked her into taking both titles and getting 2 title loans from 2 different companies, and they figured it out. And so her boyfriend, yeah, come home one day without the Jeep. He went to the store to get something, and he come back saying somebody stole it, or they repossessed it, or whatever the fuck it was. But come to find out, no, he scarfed it and stripped it, sold it for parts, whatnot. It was a Grand Cherokee, you know. Not, I mean, it'd seen better days. I mean, half the fucking windows on the passenger side didn't roll down no more, which pissed me off. Cause that's where I sat. I drove it, but usually I let her fucking drive, cause she couldn't fucking drive straight. But you get her fucking stoned, and she could have fucking, yeah, I mean, she could drive with the best of them. Stoned. Straight, she couldn't fucking drive shit. Scared the fuck out of me. But that's the point. So yeah. I went up to my buddy's house, Phillips, and we continued pulling cable after he got his orange blood straightened out. And one day we got back, and there was another guy that we had met down in Florida. I met Philip down in Florida too. That's, you know, he tossed out the invite. Hey, if you're in Tennessee, stop by and say hey, you know. So we did, and that's how I ended up pulling cable. So now, another guy we met in Florida decided he wanted to pop in too, and I don't know where Philip got the book, but it was a conspiracy. I know it was, but that's besides the point. I can't say he wanted to get rid of me, but he knew I wanted to fucking get the fuck out of Tennessee. I wanted to get away from that bitch. So he handed me a book to read. I'm thinking he's just like, thought it was a cool book, but I'm thinking, wait a minute now, this guy can't read. How the fuck, does he know it's a book? How good it is? The other guy told him to have me read it. And it was A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. Funny fucking book. I read it just like that. It was so good. I can speed read. If something's really good, I can speed read that shit. Now, after I read it, I gave it back to him. He says, He said, how'd you like the book? I said, funny as fuck. He says, he says, you can hike back to Vermont on that trail. You can go home on that trail. Okay, but I don't have the fucking shit to do it with. He says, you've been working with me. I still owe you money. And, the fuck was that? Hey, it's an insect. A night critter.